Ladies and gentlemen, I love talking to legends, and I've got a legend on the end of the phone right now, John Coughlan, a.k.a. Spud, legendary member and forming member of Status Quo. John, how you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you. Yeah, okay. And I'm happy to look out the window and see a lovely sunny day. Makes a change.
Whereabouts are you? Are you in Oxfordshire?
Yeah, sunny Oxfordshire at the moment. Yeah, but it hasn't been sunny for a couple of days. But yeah, it's lovely down here. Yeah, near Burford. It's lovely.
Oh, beautiful. I know that area. You've written a book. Let's start with the book, Spud.
Yeah, with Stephen Meyer, who's a great friend, and he did a book with us before some time ago. But yeah, this is great. And he said, "Do you fancy it?" I said, "Yeah, why not? You know, it's all the history in the past and everything, and all the things you probably needed to know or wanted to know. Yeah, it's all in there." And the book is doing very well. In fact, we're selling them all around the world, and they're kind of all over the place. It's kept us well busy.
Quo, I've got to start off by saying in 1962, I didn't know it was that long, that Quo were actually sort of beginning to be formed. That's a hell of a long time, isn't it, for a band to exist?
Yeah, because I think it really all started with me at my school, Kingsdale Comprehensive, just on the outskirts of Dulwich, South London there. And a friend of mine, Stephen Ainsworth, was in the same class. He said, "John, you like aeroplanes, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, especially military ones." And he said, "Well, keep it to yourself, but don't tell the rest of this class." He said, "I don't want them in the Air Cadets." And it was the ATC, the Air Training Corps, and we joined up. We cycled up there the next day, met the CO. I joined the Air Training Corps, 1475 Squadron. And at the same time, I taught myself to play drums, and they got me a little drum kit, a little Broadway. It's purely by being in the ATC, because Francis Russell and Alan Lancaster were rehearsing with their band in the TA Centre, which was the Territorial Army. That was on the same sort of square. They kept coming in to hear me and Wally and John playing. We were doing shadows, instrumentals, really. There was no vocals. We were doing it for a bit of fun, and they said, "You're doing it with this band?" I said, "No, we're not. No, would you join our band?" So I went down to Forest Hill next weekend, and with my drums and everything, and my dad's got a taxi. He didn't have a car, we had a taxi. And, you know, that's how it started. And Francis and Alan asked me to join their band, and took it from there.
The band, I mean, Status Quo, I've got to say this because it's to me, it's the way they were. They were a little bit... they were a little bit naughty, if that's the right way of putting it. You know, when the band appeared, you just didn't know what you were going to get. I've seen them loads of times, and every time I've seen them, I've looked at the audience, and the age range has been incredible. But you've still got that little bit of naughtiness underneath, haven't you?
I've never noticed. Don't know. But I think it was like everything else in those days, you know, the late 60s, early 70s. There were loads of people joining bands because it was something to do. Join a band and, you know, play to an audience, and that was what the Eternum was. And just, you know, even if it was only 10 people, you played to 10 people, or 200 or 300 people, then it just got bigger and bigger. But as time went on, but I just think you get to a point where you just enjoy it. You know, I'm playing tonight. You know, up in Leamington Spa, but the thing is, I just enjoy doing it. And all musicians will tell you that. It's the audience that get you revved up, if you like.
It's a drug, isn't it? It's the most powerful drug when you're up there and the adrenaline's flowing and you've got the audience. It's just amazing feeling.
Yeah, of course, that's right. And also this thing I'm doing now, excuse me, is John Coughlan's Quo Reimagined. And that's playing Quo stuff, but in a jazz field with Paul Jeffers on double bass, Alex still on keyboards, and Ben Holder on violin and vocals. We've got a violin in the band and keyboards. And
wow.
It is quite strange, and people think that's unusual. Where I'm going and playing with JCQ Reimagined is the fact that it's selling out, and people are loving it and just coming along because they don't know what it is, and they're going, "Oh my God, that was good, that was great." And I think really, when you consider how many times I've played Caroline, Down, Paper Rain, Whatever You Want, Rock All Over the World, and all those hits we had, and in the same vein, exactly the same, because that, as far as I'm concerned, that's the arrangement of the song, and you should play it like that. So, doing the jazz thing, if you like, is quite a different change, and it's a lovely turn on in a way, you know.
You toured the world with Quo.
Yeah.
Is there any country you didn't actually get to? Because as far as I know, you did the lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we did the usual, you know, Europe, the UK, Europe, Scandinavia. We've done. We've played Canada, we've played the States many times, and then we played Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. And Japan was interesting. They all cheer and clap, and they all stop clapping at the same time. You've got this big sort of 10-second gap before you play the next song. It's just the way they are.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's good. And I must admit, looking at it a different way, is the fact that being in Status Quo, we were asked to go and play in all different parts of the world. We did actually get to see the rest of the world and got paid for it. That's the way I look at it. You know,
Fantastic.
We got paid to go and visit different countries and see the world and have a lovely time and meet all the fans, and because it's the fans that do it. You know, the fans make it worthwhile. And, as we know, they're just Quo fans are fabulous. But yeah, you know, seeing the world, done that, been there, done that.
Could you ever have imagined when you were, you know, those guys at the ATC practicing and rehearsing and getting it all together, that you'd be looking back at 120 million record sales, more Top of the Pops appearances than any other group or singer? I mean, those are just some incredible stats, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It's amazing. And I remember talking to Bob Young, who was our tour manager. Dear Bob, me and Bob are we're still buddies and friends. We chat a couple of times a week. And I thought we'd made 14 albums. He said, no, John, it's actually 16. Right? We've actually made 16 albums.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can't remember them all. I ain't got a clue. And you know, there was fans who used to say to me at gigs, John, what is your favourite album? And I said, well, in a way, your favourite album, I suppose, is the last one you just recorded, you know, because you think that's better than anything else. And I said, well, the only way is ask a Quo fan, a Status Quo fan will tell you that what is the best album, because they play it all the time, you know. And I rarely play Quo stuff at home, but I just think, you know, that's quite a lot of recordings. We've done so much, and I'm just proud of it. I think it's wonderful, and thank you to the fans for buying the albums.
It's an incredible story, an incredible sort of bit of history, if you like. The book, Spud, you've got 175 photographs in there, so it's not just words. There's some interesting photos as well, some of which have never been seen before.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, because Stephen Meyer found loads. Mick Hughes, who's in John Coughlan's Quo, now the Quo Connection, he found loads of stuff. But it's been great, you know, sending stuff in and saying, well, I've got a photo of where was this? And you look at it and you go, I haven't got a clue, I don't remember where it was. And, you know, there's a lovely one we're standing by a yellow taxi. In that obviously was the States, and I think it was in Los Angeles. And when we first went to America, you know, probably that's one I do remember. But there's so many photos and stuff that fans have collected over the years, and it's always good to see it. It's great, you know. Thank you to the Quo fans for doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you were part of Quo when they were at their hiatus, you know, the best bits, right from the very beginning, right from the struggles, right the way through to chart topping, as I say, huge record sales, massive tours, and being on Top of the Pops. Was it like being on some sort of crazy roller coaster?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it was, and we're always working. We're always touring, and if we weren't touring, we were recording. If we weren't recording, we were touring. So it was a busy time, and but that's what music's about. You know, I think you play to an audience because you love playing to audiences, and that's what I told you. And that's what I like doing, and it's a buzz. If you said, what was your choice? Would you rather play to an audience or be in the studio recording an album? I'd rather be playing a gig, playing to an audience, because recording's okay if you get the tracks down. It's when you've recorded, you played a song 30 times, then you think, And you go, hang on a minute. And you go back to the first three or four tracks. And, hang on, no, track 3 was the best. And you end up keeping that track. You didn't need to play it 30 times, But I remember going back to hotels and having to play some different music, for God's sake, because I was nearly going to sleep with that flipping song going through my mind all the time, But that's what happens,
When you perform with John Coughlan's Status Quo, do you ever think to yourself, oh my God, not that song again?
I don't think so. No, you just got on and played it, but they're all good songs, and let's face it, there's Lancaster Parfitt, Rossi and Young are very good songwriters, and they're always good songs to play, but I just think when I said earlier about playing the same songs over and over again, I just think the JCQ Quo's Reimagine is in a different vein, that's all. It just makes a nice change for me, But it is good. I hope you can come and see us play it one day.
I'd love to. It sounds fantastic. I mean, you are, as you say, at the moment performing, and do you get a chance to perform a lot now?
Yeah, we do a few. We're not going too mad because the other guys also, because they're jazz people, they have other gigs. They do quite a bit with other musicians, and like Paul Jeffers especially, he's plays in loads of different musos. But it's great because when we all get back together, it's a great buzz. We all get on extremely well, the four of us, and we have a good time playing. And it is fun. It's gone back to like what it was like in the early days, in a way, of sort of all turning up and having a blast and really have a couple of beers and play to the audience and just play the jazz thing. And I love it. It's a nice change for me.
Do you think going back to those sort of basic times, when you didn't have all the huge crew and the massive equipment, is that a good thing for you?
Well, I think, and also like the 13 and 14 reunions, as we had a very good crew. Lance Miles, who was my drum tech, he would be responsible for setting the drums up, packing the drums away. And, we were on fabulous tour buses, and we slept on the buses, and it was awesome. There's a way to go. It's fabulous. And we had caterers on tour, catering for us, and, breakfast, lunch and dinner at the gigs. And, it was just such a change from the old early days of sleeping in a van, on top of all the equipment in the back of an old bloody Ford van or something, because that is probably what all musicians had to go through in their younger days, because you didn't know anything else, there was no other system as such, and then they brought coaches in, and coaches were just coaches, but the ones they got now, the Phoenix buses, were awesome, fabulous way to go, and they're so comfortable, and just good fun, loved it.
Okay. John, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. We wish you all the best with the book.
That's great, mate. Thank you for thinking about me, and you must come to a show one day, and we'll have another chat.
Yeah, I'll buy a T-shirt, because you got T-shirts for sale as well.
Yeah, you sell T-shirts, drumsticks, drumskins, and books. So it's like a library, mate.
If somebody wants to get hold of a book, what's the best way of doing it? Is it through yourselves?
Yeah, it's Spud. Just go on the internet and get through to Jilly, and Jilly would, get your message. And also, she's here. I'll get her to speak and tell you what the way is.
Because Jilly's the boss.
Hello,
Jilly. You are the boss.
I am the boss. Indeed, I am. Sorry, I'm just packing and wrapping books before rushing out.
I would just say,
have a good interview.
If anybody wants to get hold of a book or get hold of a T-shirt or any of those bits of stuff that Spud's selling, what's the best way of doing it? Is it getting directly in touch with you?
Directly with me. Best through the Facebook page initially, rather than put my email address out on the radio.
Okay.
Basically, they email me to order. But if they go to John's Facebook page, John Coughlan Musician, the John page, and ask me, then, they just email me, and it's all through PayPal.
Perfect. All right.
But obviously, I won't put my email address out on the radio.
Don't blame you. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for helping to organise this. And we wish John all the best. And all the best
And
with the book.
send us a link so we can put it on John's page if you want it out there.
Yes, I will do. Yes, I will.
Brilliant. Thank you. I'll put you back to John to say goodbye. I seem to be very deaf in this left ear now, and I'm not used to being on the landline, so I can't really hear. I'll put you back to John.
Okay. Thanks, Julie.
Yeah, hello, mate.
Hello. John, once again, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for
It's a
chatting with
pleasure.
me. And all the best for the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
All right. Cheers for now. Bye.
Bye.